well, what I'm doing is cutting oak. These are tops, though, that there's a lot of wood in the top. I took off about a 20-foot log off the bottom for building. Then the tops have laid here for 2 or 3 years, so they're dry. Now I'm just cutting them up and hauling them out of here. But, like I say, they were too big to pull them out in one piece. So what I'm doing, I'm working back, and then when I get down to just the limbs, I'll pull them out of here. But I got to get this main trunk out of here, so I'm cutting that and loading it. And some of them are so big, I got to cut them in half just to be able to lift them. Okay, somebody asked earlier about that doe that hangs out over there. And I just saw her now when I pulled in here with the tractor. She was standing here she must have had triplets this year because there was 3 fawns with her. But I had been seeing 3 off and on all summer. But she was with another deer, and I could never kind of figure it out. But evidently, it's those 3 are hers, which is good. And I think of her 2 from last year, I think one of them was the one that got shot down below Little Spike Buck. And the other one is still running around, but I think they were both bucks. But I think they were the ones that used to go and try to steal pumpkins. Okay, so that's with the deer. The deer's still around. She's running. She's got a regular trail going through here. And was just standing 30 feet away when I pulled in here. Okay, another thing I'll mention. Like I said, usually if I find something I really like, I try to stock up on them. Well, these are a pair of Wells Lamont Hydrohide gloves that my sister gave me 3 or 4 years ago for Christmas. And I have used the crap out of these, and I could never figure out, I kept looking, I really liked them, but I kept looking at stores to find more of them because I wanted to stock up, but I could never find them. Well, evidently they changed their design because the new ones, these are made out of goat skin, and they're really tough. Though, after all these years, I finally started wearing a hole in one finger. But the new ones are out of like a synthetic leather, or, but these old ones were great gloves. They got a decent cuff that goes up. They're just excellent gloves. Well, so I online, I went, and I found on eBay probably the last 2 pair in existence. So I got them coming they end up to be like $10 a pair, which is fantastic because the newer, gloves have gotten to be kind of a really high-end deal for some weird reason. A lot of gloves are, gloves of this style are not even this good, but are like $50 or $60 a pair. I see that all the time when I was looking at gloves, and that's a lot to pay for something that you could easily damage or lose. So I lucked out on them, but I'm pretty good about lucking out on stuff like that. But another thing I was going to say, I keep trying to remember to bring this up. I haven't had comments open on videos for a while, and I really prefer to do it that way. It's just so much easier. I get so many emails. Like for the last month, I've been working, getting rid of years and years of emails, thousands of emails that, it's just a hell of a backlog of stuff. I finally got rid of all of those. But I was having a problem, because my regular email account isn't Gmail, but when I signed up for Gmail, when I got that, it kind of took over my other email. So every time I try to delete something, Gmail would grab it and save it. So I'd keep getting new mail from 2013, and it wasn't new mail, it was just that Gmail hoards all this stuff up because Google is just a hoarder of anything like that, just data, any kind of data they can. Google hoards it up, tries to find a market for it. So here was all that backlog of stuff, and I finally got rid of that, and I really don't want to get a whole bunch more emails. I'm trying to keep my inbox. I like nothing better than to look and see inbox is empty, because I need that for the other stuff that I do. I don't want to clog it up with YouTube stuff. So it'll be rarely. I'll sometimes leave comments open, but not often, because it just gets to be a nuisance. I'm still dealing with, many years of videos that some of them have the email open on them, the comments, and I keep getting them coming in all the time. And that's, you got to deal with them, because if I go back and close the emails or close the comments on them, then all the previous comments disappear. Well, I hate to do that too, because sometimes they can be informative. So I'll just leave it go. But you won't see comments very often. It just annoys me. It's the worst part about doing videos. Everything else is fine, but you deal with them comments, and then you deal with them forever. And there's a lot of jerks on YouTube, but okay. So they come up, I once in a while I leave comments open, kind of as a trap, because then if I get some of those people, I can get rid of them right away, and I don't have to deal with them ever again. So sometimes if the comments are open, use your head, because it's kind of a trap. But I was going to mention something too that I just ran into yesterday that I thought was funny, amazing. It was great. It made me think back to how much fun YouTube was when I first started doing it. You normally in your suggested or recommended videos, it's garbage. It's stupid things like people mixing Mentos and Coke. That's nothing to me. But yesterday, in a list of stuff, here was a video, and I think it was from like 9 years ago, but it was from Nuts Are Fancy. No, this isn't Nuttin' Fancy. That's a whole different animal. This is Nuts Are Fancy. Was a great YouTuber. I used to love his videos. And I was surprised that it turned up on the recommended, but here it turns out there are still like 5 of his videos on there, 5 or 6. But he had thousands of videos before, but there are some left. But he was a very witty guy, a fun guy. It was what made YouTube fun. He was very kind of irreverent in a way, and I don't know if he could do the stuff that he does, that he did back then. I don't think they let you do it now, but it reminded me of a time when YouTube was just fun. There wasn't all the drama, all the little petty jealousies and all that stuff. It was just people having fun. And, everybody had smaller channels, and they would do shout-outs, and it was great. It was fun back then. It's a different thing now. It's more commercial. It isn't the kind of old west like it was. But I miss that. But it was funny to watch his videos again. I think I know. Like I say, people back then used to do a lot of shout-outs to other channels, especially smaller channels. If somebody had under 100 subscribers, you'd try to build them up. Now people work the opposite way. They're like trying to tear them down. I used to subscribe to a lot of people that, like, say, if somebody made a comment on a video that I thought was witty or insightful, I would immediately look to see if they had a channel, because I wanted to subscribe to them. I tell you now, you very seldom get comments from anybody who has a channel. There's no small channels left, kind of. It's either you're gone or you're really big. It's a whole different thing. But there used to be a lot of people that had like 100 subscribers, and we all kind of got to know each other, and it was fun back then. That's where when I started the other channel, I thought, well, maybe it could be that way again. But no, that it grows and then it's a whole different thing again. It's a little easier to handle that one, but it's not like it used to be, and I guess it can never be that way again, and not the way YouTube is going. But it was nice. It was nice to see the Nuts Are Fancy videos again. It was good to see that they're around there. But I guess that's all. I'll go back to my cutting. But I thought I would mention that. And there's a history of stuff there. But I was just amazed to see that in my recommended, because usually the recommended is complete garbage. But here the garbage. This Nuts Are Fancy. That was good. Kind of made my day, I tell you. Actually, because years ago, when I was first starting out, I know one time he did a shout out for me, because at the time he had quite a few subscribers compared to a lot of us. But he was really good about making a point of trying to help other people out, And just funny. But like I say, kind of irreverent. I don't know if we can get by with it now, but when I'll finish cutting the load and then drag these limbs out of here. Because this big thing, I couldn't get her to move with the tractor, so if I can drag limbs out by the time I get them out into the open, I'll get rid of all this snow. But it cuts good. But now I'm going to have Welsmont gloves, the good ones, the good hide that nobody else is going to have. Like I say, I think I got the last ones on earth.